Good morning and welcome to GM's Tips. This is GM Rick talking to you again with Mini GM in the background and Totoro. I hope you're having a great week ending out the Father's Day. It was kind of a fun weekend for me. And it's going to be a little bit about the topic I talk about. Branching out into new systems and trying new things. And really, I think as GMs and as players, it's always befits us to spend some time getting into some new gaming systems. I know there's so much out there. You can do Mutants and Masterminds. You can do Savage Worlds. You can do Deadlands. You can do, any of the major fantasy ones like D&D and Pathfinder. You can do new ones that are out, like Tortured Earth and some of the others that have really hit the scene and are starting to get some real traction. This weekend for me, I got to play something special, and I want to thank my fiance. She really made it possible for me to do that and just taking away from our time and let me get on and game on a Saturday night. Had a lot of fun. Appreciate several people for inviting me. First of all, Chaotic Anarchy, thank you so much for the invite to join you guys playing Call of Cthulhu 7. Really appreciate that. And a big shout out to Noof, who ran things. Noof Gaming. Noof's a great guy. If you haven't spent some time with him, just a fun guy to watch in his casts. Got a great sense of humor, knows a lot about history and different items, and just a fun guy to really game with when he's GMing. Also got to hang out with Eggs, and Jake, two wonderful people. Jake from New Zealand and Eggs from parts probably up in the Pennsylvania or Northeast area, if I know them correctly. So you guys are great to game with, and I say that in just the fact that I think as players, we need to be really grateful when we get a chance to branch out and join new groups and have a lot of fun, and that we don't have to be the center of attention going into them. We can just go in and really learn the new system. And I want to talk a little bit about Call of Cthulhu 7. Really fun system, horror-based, H.P. Lovecraft, and it really builds on the old Call of Cthulhu systems, the earlier editions. It's a percent-based game. Love it. Lot of fun, especially when you're using Roll20. Roll20 had its little quirks, but Roll20 folks do like your system, and I do like your software. And wish we had some ways we could add in some additional rolls for Call of Cthulhu for some of the bonuses we got and some of the inspiration. But really fun module. It's supposed to be a one-shot. We're going to end up doing two. And hopefully I'll play with them a little more. I enjoyed the experience. For Call of Cthulhu, you really have to think what era you want to be in. Cthulhu allows you many things. You can go from the 1800 Gaslight era. You can go all the way back to the medieval eras. You can come up into the Orient Express, and just when that age was starting to really pick up in the Victorian times. You can do the 1920s, which really is the heart and basing of this system is the 1920s. You can do the 1940s with Achtung Cthulhu, and you can also do the more recent and modern. I hope we get to try the Gaslight ones, which are the 1800s. I'm looking forward to doing some Victorian age, as well as running my guy Joseph, who's an explorer, by the way. A lot of fun. I like him because he is not this uber powerful guy. He's a former foreign legionnaire and soldier, and he's got a real heart for his friends, and he'll stick up with them and for them, but he is dumb as a brick when it comes to spotting things and percepting things. He is just not, I don't know if it's the war or what it is, his rolls just don't roll well. Now, pick some things like his archaeology, occult, some of the other things. Oh, he's great. Take his skills like shooting things, no problem. Lock picking, stealthing, he's got it there. But the rest of the stuff, he just is oblivious, especially when he's trying to figure things out. And we had some fun, believe me, we really did. And my sanity dropped 5 points from 50. So let me tell you, in Cthulhu, the one thing you got to get used to in the system, there's a thing called sanity. And I notice that Pathfinder and some other systems are starting to use it. And for you players that argue in bulk that sanity, why would I do it? It's a skeleton, it's this, it's that. Why do I have to roll for my sanity? because it's fun. Let me just tell you, when you're starting to lose your sanity, you don't see things as the same way, and you start getting really creeped out by a little bit of everything. And the cool part about it is as you're going down that drain of sanity, you just slowly but surely get into those fun phobias and things that can drive your character a little bit crazier and a loon. So for me, I like that risk. I really do, because then I get to really role play. I get to role play crazy. And that's a whole nother realm of role play. And so I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, my guy has the machete and the 41 caliber pistol. Hopefully, I'm not the new Michael Myers to the group. Poor Pearl, poor Father Theo, and poor Professor Robert. They'd have to be dealing with the next Michael Myers, or maybe the first Michael Myers. You just never know. So, in getting used to enjoying new systems, this is a kind of excitement that hopefully you're getting from them. Learn the mechanics, number one. Number two, don't compare it to a system you've played. That's the mistake I think a lot of us do, and it's just a piece of advice from me. You don't have to take it, but I truly believe that if you're going to go in, learn a system, know a system, and learn it from the ground up, and don't complain at it. Try it. See how it goes. See what you think. Because too often we compare them to other systems, and then we don't like the play. Uh, that's the case a lot of times with D&D and Pathfinders. You compare the two systems, and you like one thing about one and you don't like something about the other, instead of just seeing that each system has its unique play. Try different systems. Branch out and try the new Tortured Earth. I can't wait to get some material on that. I can't wait to try the new Southlands from Kobold Press with Pathfinder. Even though I love the Inner Sea system, the Southlands look really cool, and so does Midgard. Uh, really get into. I can't wait for Starfinder to come out for Pathfinder. I'm excited about that in major ways for the sci-fi. I can't wait to try Pure Steam on the steampunk side of things. I definitely need to do Deadlands. Noof, if you're listening to me, we need to do a Deadlands session, because I have wanted to play that for like forever. So hopefully I can convince Chaotic and Eggs and Jake to do that sometime, and that we can all do a Deadlands outing. Evil Squeegee kind of got me inspired on that one when I was watching things and watching his post with Sarah P and some of his other players, and it looks like a ton of fun. And you get to use cards and other things in this to really determine things. And they call them by the gambler's hands. So it's kind of cool. Hang on real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm back. I had to change the video for Mini GM. She's watching Happy Feet now, so you'll hear that in the background. But one of the things I'd really say is get to know the system. Find number one. Number two, find out what you like. Number three, don't play the same character every time. I've got some players that I love in my home group, and I love them to death. And thankfully, in the upcoming one after my Reign of Winter campaign, a couple of them are really going to branch out and play some things that they've wanted to play, instead of being the utility person that plays the class that needs to be played. Thank you, guys. And for those of you who watch who are my friends who don't and are part of this group, branch out and try something different. What is it going to hurt you to not be something that you are predictably every time? Try something different. It's fun. It really, really, really is. Also, make sure that you work with your game master. Don't irritate your game master to no end or try to argue the new rules. Learn them. Let the GM have some leeway to learn them too. The one thing I really appreciate about Noof is he is the kind of GM that I've always wanted to play under. He's not really staunchy or stodgy. He's a lot of fun, and he takes the ideas that we have and he really runs with them and really utilizes our backgrounds and makes sure that we are having an enjoyable time, I think, more than anything else. And is he perfect? Oh, heavens, no. But that's okay. I don't expect him to be. I just want to have a great background and story, and as he introduces these different personalities, it's fun to watch him do the voices. Oh Lord, I give him huge props for voices. And GMs, that's the other thing I would say to you as you're doing these systems. Please try the voices. Even if they're silly and funny, we love them. We really do. And it's enjoyable. He was doing a French priest, but see, he was doing an Irishman before that. And then so Father Theo is doing his Irish accent. So it's screwing Noof up, and it's hilarious. I mean, it's just we're trying to watch him not go into his Irish lilt and try to go to his French and find his French spot. Find your happy spot, find your French spot, and it's just greatness, epic greatness. Utilize your skills as a player. If you got some strong skills, utilize them, even if you blow them. We had Chaotic does this investigator Pearl. Now her strength is intimidating and getting the information, but her persuasion rolls she can't miss. Nor, and knock on wood, does she. She could charm the socks off of a encyclopedia salesman who has no interest in people to almost get him to open the door. It was amazingly fun play. And even though it was a successful roll, because of the nature of the person on the NPC, we couldn't still get it to work. But it was greatness. It was so great. And then she's up there trying to do my specialty, which is picking the lock, and I'm loving it. I am laughing because then she gets Father Theo, the defrocked priest who's with us, to do the final little bit to make sure she doesn't get caught. Oh my gosh. It was such greatness, and I just had so much fun not being the center myself and watching them be the center because it was just epic story. And that's the other thing in a group, if you're playing. You don't always have to be the leader. Let other people step up. Let them be themselves. Thank you so much for a group of great people because every one of us in our own rights is a leader personality, but we all let each other lead at different times. And it is great because it makes the story so much more enriching and fun that we're not arguing with each other or trying to subvert each other. And so, when you're in your group, be that type of player. Be the type of player as you're trying the new system that encourages everyone else's strengths to shine, because I promise you that the story will be so much more fun if you do. Um, get to know the basics. Like, for instance, with Call of Cthulhu 7th edition, there is a quick start book. Actually, it's a good 35-page quick start book, but do it. I'm telling you, I went through that, and with the help of my GM, even though I've done 6 before, I was a little bit rusty because, again, I didn't play that much, and so I wanted to make sure that I was doing things correctly. So I was asking a lot on my GM, hey, do you need this? Do I need to roll here? Do I need to roll there? Again, I could have got away with it. I think Noof would have let me do it without rolling, but I didn't want to take away with the fun of rolling either, because sometimes rolling and having a critical fail is hilarious, and it just adds to the gravity. Perfect example, my guy walks into this room where the guy carves the headstones for the graves that he's doing, and he's a suspected baddie in this thing. So my guy walks in, and he's going to turn on the old 1920s generator. So you can hear the panic in my 3 other fellow players going, oh Lord, Rick's going to blow us to Kingdom Come. So Joseph turns around, my character, and says, everybody step back, please, which they're like, oh, hey, I'm there, moving back. And I throw in the one-liner that I loved it. I don't know where it came out of. It's just so funny that it just came out of nowhere. I said, and by the way, when you see Joseph turn on the generator and fly through the ceiling in a burning ball of screaming flames, you know that it's a critical fail. And everybody was just having a laugh at that one. But he turned on the generator. It all worked. The room lit up. And I missed the evidence of everything that spoke and screamed supernatural. I just stood there and looked at the stone chips on the floor because I massively blew my roll. And it was greatness. and just this heroic guy goes up, turns on the generator, and is oblivious. It was beautiful. So yeah, play out the parts and have fun with it. And when you blow your roll, make that blown roll so much humor and fun that you just don't know what you can do. Because that's the great part of gaming. And the last thing I would say is play a few times and really give your commitment to the new system. Because if you do, you might find that that system is a lot more fun than you think it is. There are a lot of systems I want to try. And hopefully, Noof, in hearing this, I'm going to get to run with you on some of these. I do want to do Cypher System. I do want to try some of the other Monty Cook games. I do want to do Tortured Earth. I do want to do Deadlands. I do want to do Pure Steam. I do want to do Savage Worlds. Maybe, what's the one? Solomon Kane. I'd love to play that era. That'd be a lot of fun. I want to do a lot of these games because I've never done them before. Pathfinder, I GM all the time. I love the system, but I want something different. I want to play something fun. And no, I've been suggested on the Mech Warrior side. I like that. I've done it before. It's kind of okay. I'm not into rock'em sock'em robots as much. I want to be into this 1920s and 1800s steampunky noirish things, or the old gunfighter with a weird war kind of twists to it, like a Cthulhu-esque almost twist. I love those type of systems. I do. Just for me, they're so much fun to play, and there's so much unpredictability. I hope you like the GM tips. Again, I'm sharing a lot of different systems. Please try some of these. I really think you won't regret if you haven't tried them. Get you a good gaming group. If you can't find one local that does it, go online. I promise you, under Twitter, under Facebook, under Twitch, you're going to find some people that love to run games. Don't get pulled into, please, and I know a couple of you are going to roll your eyes at me when it comes to this as GMs who have these shows, and I'm not going to mention your name because you're well-loved shows. Please don't join a scripted group and get locked into their scripting of what they want is great entertainment or great ratings. I know you guys do this, okay? I'm not dumb. I watch your shows and see 200 and 300 followers a week, and I know that's what you're doing. And that's great. And it's great you're raising money, and it's great you're doing your own thing, and it's great you feel happy doing it. I can tell you, don't ever invite me because I won't be happy with your group if you're scripted. I promise you. I hate it. I hate scripting more than anything else. I call it railroading because it's really what it is. And you'll say, no, I'm not railroading my play. Yeah, you are. I know how it goes. To get ratings, you have to because it's what the audience wants. It's what the ratings say. Listen to this, listen to that. I know how it works, guys. Okay? I've had friends who are in the entertainment industry, so I know how it goes. And you're beautiful people. Don't get me wrong. You bring the message out for the games, but you aren't for me. I'm just going to tell you. I'll watch your shows. I'm not going to donate to your shows, unfortunately, and I know you'll get mad at me. I'm just not into scripted. I would donate to Noof's show 1,000 times over because he's not scripted. He is the raw tabletop gamer. I would do it for the Carpe DM and the Carpe GM and for what's her name? There's a couple other ones. That's Serena likes to play or plays at. Serena plays at, or there is uh, the Bijou Demon and her bunch at and the Rev and the rest of you guys that play out there on your own channel, which I'm sorry, I'm blanking on you guys right now on these things. And then there's Baphomet and her bunch, which are a blast. They're kind of newbies, but I love it. And then of course, there was the crew that was doing the all-female gaming crew. Love watching some of your stuff. D20 Babes, I think they call themselves. I like those shows because they're not scripted. So if you join into these type of things, get into a group that has fun, find the right group for you, find the right personalities, and really enjoy them. And when you do find them, don't let go of them. Have fun with them and really bond and spend that time. So I think that's it. I wanted to put that out there for everybody today since I had a great weekend. I hope everybody had a great Father's Day that are dads and gamers. Continue to bring your kids into gaming because it's the best thing you can do. And have a great week.